This is Racelet's IndyCar Podcast. Here are your hosts, Fred and Sydney.
Hello, everybody, and thank you for tuning in to another episode of Racelet's IndyCar Podcast. I'm Fred.
I'm Sydney.
And we have an awesome show for you guys this time around. This is our 5th episode now of Racelet's IndyCar Podcast. So much to talk about, so much to go over. But first, make sure to visit us on our social media pages. We are on Instagram. Sydney, what is our Instagram page?
Our Instagram is same Racelet's IndyCar Podcast.
Then I am also, if you want to find me personally, I will be on there as well. Sydney, you want to share yours?
My personal Instagram account is Sydney Loves Indy.
Sydney Loves Indy. And we also have a Racelet's IndyCar Podcast X account as well. Follow us. We're going to be posting content, just talking IndyCar, all kinds of cool stuff on there. So, Sydney, on this episode, we're going to be going over and previewing this weekend's Sonsio Grand Prix. Did I say that right? Is it Sonsio? Sonsio.
Right.
Sonsio Grand Prix. Let's just call it the Indy GP, right?
Indy Road Course.
Indy Road Course. Saturday race, because, you know, Mother's Day is Sunday. Yes, gotta do something for Mom. You have anything planned, sis? No? Whatever Dad does, right? Okay. So we'll be previewing this weekend's race. We'll be going over the updated standings for the NTT IndyCar Series. We'll give you an update on our fantasy picks and where we are after 4 races in the season, going back to our Grid Rivals app to see how we're doing there. And then we'll also, talking about the Indy GP, we will give our podium predictions.
Wait, Dad, do you hear that? What is the sound?
Sid, that's the sound of the Imperial March, and that takes us right to May the 4th. This past weekend, Barber Motorsports, Children's of Alabama Grand Prix. We have a new order in the NTT IndyCar Series. And yes, I am referring to Alex Palou. He is the Darth Vader of NTT IndyCar racing in 2025. Do you agree?
I don't know. Because Alex is a really genuine good guy, so are we referring to him as Darth Vader or more like Obi-Wan?
Well, you know what? I don't. That's a good point. You know what? I thought I was making a funny joke here, referencing May the 4th. May the 4th be with you, and Alex Palou's domination. He could be a Jedi, and he is just mastering all the Padawans right now that are the rest of the field. There is one up-and-coming guy, and we'll touch base in just a little bit on him. But Sid, let's go back to this past weekend's Grand Prix.
Okay, yeah. So let's jump into qualifying. I think we were wondering this weekend if Scotty Mack was going to get the three-peat pole and win here at Barber.
Yes, Scott was going for his 3rd consecutive win here, driving the Good Ranchers, as he likes to call it, the meat wagon. So I thought Scotty was going to be the one going into this race and dominating again. That wasn't such the case. How did qualifying go, Sid?
Well, I think it went pretty decent. Will Power finally made it out of the top 12, and he made it to the Fast 6.
Congratulations, Will. We were watching from home, holding our breath as you were going through that final lap and turns on your first run to crack that top 6 for the first time this year. Not only did you top that, but you also made it into the Fast 6. Congratulations. I think you're back to where you need to be, starting some poles. But it wasn't either of those two guys who won pole, Sid. Who was it this week?
Nope, neither of those guys, actually. And not much of a surprise, Alex Palou.
Alex Palou in that beautiful HRC livery car. And I said earlier in the week when I saw that looked like a speeding bullet. And that's what it was all weekend for him. That was Alex's 7th career pole. And that led us into Sunday.
Well, before we start talking about race day, let's give some huge credit to Arrow McLaren.
Yeah.
All guys finished top 10, which is pretty best, some of the best starts this season. And props to Nolan Siegel for getting his first top 6.
Yeah. Good job for Nolan. Great qualifying for all the Arrow guys this weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Sid, take us into Sunday. How did Sunday play out?
Yeah, well, I can let you know one thing about race day. We are now on 339 consecutive laps of green flag. And 81 out of the 90 laps this weekend at Barber was led by Alex Palou.
Alex leading 81 of the 90 laps. He was a master. I think he ended up winning the race by over 16 seconds, 16, close to 17 seconds.
Yeah.
His pit stops were phenomenal this weekend. The undercuts or overcuts to try to get back at him, it just was to no avail. Alex, with what he said was probably his greatest race of his career, top to bottom, start to finish. He was very impressive. What can we say? This guy is unbelievable.
Honestly, I don't even think unbelievable is the right word to describe Alex Palou right now. Going in 4 races and ending the 4th race with 3 race wins and a 2nd place, and now being 60 points up in the standing, and knowing he's just going to keep growing from there is insane.
Yeah, 3 wins to start the season in the first 4 races, and his worst finish was a 2nd place Long Beach a couple weeks back. He's grown his lead 60 points now in the standing, and that brings us to another big point of this race, and we want to talk about for a couple of minutes here. He's in 2nd place now in the standings, sitting 60 points behind Alex. His 3rd straight podium this weekend. After 2/3, he's now coming 2nd. That's Christian Lundgaard.
Yeah, what a phenomenal start to Christian's career with Arrow McLaren. He's gotten 3 podiums in the first 4 races of the season.
Oh, yeah.
And adding on to that, he only had 2 career podiums in the last 4 years with RLL, including the 3rd place at the Sonsio Grand Prix. So he's made huge improvements this past 4 races at Arrow.
Yeah, I always thought Christian was a very good talent. There's just something about that RL team that's like a death for drivers. There's nobody going to do good out of that team. Graham Rahal's been there. He's an average driver on that team at best. Christian has done an amazing job at Arrow. 2/3, a 2nd. He now sits 60 points behind Alex in 2nd place in the standings. Now, this is my feel-good story of the weekend, and we're going to go to a guy who I think deserves another high-end ride with the top team. That's Rinus VeeKay.
Yeah, what an awesome weekend for him. So exciting. Yeah, no, and seeing him up there has really added some of like excitement and wholesomeness to this race weekend, and also just the whole IndyCar sport in general.
Yeah, Rinus is an awesome guy. He's such a competitor. He's extremely young still, and so that's some fresh blood on a team that he didn't even have a ride for this season until a week or 2 before the season started. If you put that guy in a seat of a competitive team, he's going to do very well for you. I know that for a fact. Congratulations, Rinus. Again, a wholesome story for the weekend. Now, this is where it was really good, was race weekend. He qualified 5th, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And he was sitting 4th or 5th, I believe.
That's the whole race.
Yeah, and he had a real dogfight with Will Power. He was able to hold him off on the undercut at the pits. Will at the time was sitting P5. Rinus was at P4. And then as the race went on, he had a chance to catch Scotty McLaughlin. I think if that race goes 5 or 6 more laps, he could have gotten him, and I think he would have ended up on podium with the 3rd place finish. A great weekend for Rinus. Congratulations. The month of May has really been good to Rinus as well. He's good at the GP. He's always been very good, qualifies well at the 500. I think we're seeing some strides. Now, if Dale Coyne's team can get him a good car and get him, I think we'll see more Renus in the top 5 of races this season. Anything else, Sydney, that struck you this weekend or really stuck out to you?
Well, in qualifying, Scott Dixon crashed, so he ended up starting last place.
Uh-huh.
And then in the race, he was able to move up 14 spots, so he was your biggest mover.
Yeah, and that was just regular team pit strategy. There was no gas saving or fuel saving or anything like that he had to use. That was just pure weaving his way, doing his mastery through the field, cutting it like a surgeon. Anything else really struck you or no?
Yeah, well, we wanted to thank our new weatherman in the IndyCar paddock, Kurt Kirkwood. Thanks for keeping the showers away during qualifying and race day, making it a pretty clean race.
Yes, thank you, Kirk, for your phenomenal forecasting. We hope to see you at a track again sometime this season. Another thing I wanted to point out real quick about the Fox broadcast, when it came to qualifying, the timing was much better on there this time. They showed, the green and red boxes, where their times was, how the top 6, where they were from P1, as well as the bottom guys and how far away they were from reaching into that top 6 position. Good job by Fox. 4 races into the season to introduce that. And then putting that little push to pass icon on the screen during the race as well was nice. It was cool. As you can see, as we're going down the stretch of the race, the last 20 races, so who had the push to pass, who still had, who burned through it. Pato O'Ward burned through his pretty quickly this weekend. It was cool to see exactly where every driver was at that time. So overall, Barber was an awesome weekend. Wish we could have been there. That's a race I definitely want to put on my bucket list. All the cool artifacts and the museum and everything there. I think that's a trip we need to make, Dave.
Yeah, I completely agree.
Yeah. So real quick, before we get into the preview of this weekend's race and qualifying, let's want to go over our grid rival standings and see where we're at currently after 4 races of the season.
Yeah, so playing grid rival has actually been really fun. Going in 4 races, I'm not in the place I want to be at. Currently not the best. I'm sitting 6,938.
That sounds like you made some poor managerial choices there.
Yeah, but there's still some more races to come, so I'll get better.
There's plenty of races to come. I'm currently sitting in 89th place, just under 200 points of the leader. So after 4 races, I'm in the top 100. If I can just cut into that every week, hopefully in about 5 or 6 races from now, I'll be in the top 50, maybe even higher than that. It's a lot of fun. If you haven't played it, I really encourage you to play it. Grid Rival, the IndyCar Challenge. You have a salary cap. You put your drivers on contract for up to 5 races. You don't have to sign them for that long. You can also get rid of them beforehand. You just have to pay a little fee on that. You earn money as the season goes on based on your drivers' performances. A lot of fun. Can't wait to put my team together this weekend. Haven't done that yet, but I think I will probably after we watch qualifying and just see how things play out. So speaking of qualifying, let's get into the Indy GP, the Sonsio Grand Prix, which is going to be Saturday. Sydney, we talk about Alex, and his domination this year. We're going into a race in which he finished on pole and won last year. That's just mind-boggling to me.
Mind-boggling to you? I bet these drivers are having ulcers from what this guy is giving them.
Yeah, with his domination this year, now you're going into a race in which he's won in back-to-back years. If he does this again, can he lock up the championship, before the Indy 500?
I wouldn't be surprised. I couldn't hold it against him.
I mean, he's a 60-point lead right now. Let's just say Christian finishes second. Alex wins again. It's going to be close to a 100-point lead at some point. And at that time, you got your guys further back who we think were going to be favorites during the season. Your Penske's, Scott Dixon, all the Andretti guys. Their seasons, could be done already if they don't start winning some of these races, right?
Yeah.
Well, Indy's been pretty good to Penske over the years.
Yeah.
You know, I think if anybody can do it, and he is going to be my prediction to win this race, I'm not going to go with Alex just on a hunch, and I'm going to go with Will Power. I think Will is going to capture pole, and I think he will go on to win this race, really rejuvenate his season, hopefully, make a run for the championship. I'm not saying Alex is going to be out of it. There's a great possibility he can be in it. He can win it. We don't know. But Will is my pick. Sydney, who is your choice if you had to pick somebody to win this weekend?
I think I have to go Alex. Like, this season, after, like, kind of getting to know him more, I've become more of, like, an Alex girl. So I would love to see him win this race. I mean...
Yeah, great. I mean, he is so great. And then, again, that ties back into the fourth theme. Is he the villain or is he the hero? These guys are going to be, like you said, they're sick to their stomachs. They cannot do what this guy is doing. This guy has always done well. He's finished at the top of races. Not always won the races, but he's won the championships. He's gotten the points needed to get up there. Now he's winning races. He's capturing poles. This guy is the complete package. And I mean, watching him on the podium, and he's holding his daughter after the last race, that was such a cool moment. His smile, she's got those, those little sunglasses on. What a cute little kid. Alex is an awesome guy, a great father. And, I mean, how do you not root for him? But, again, I'm going to pick against him. I'm sorry, Alex. I love you. I love what you guys are doing. But I'm going to go with Will. And then if I have to throw somebody else in there for a podium, I'm going to go Joseph Newgarden. We're going to do 2 Penskes on podium this weekend. Sydney, who else do you got up there?
Maybe I'll put Power up there.
Think Power?
Maybe for second place.
Okay.
That'd be really good for him,
Yeah, I think Will. Well, he's my pick to win. Does Christian Lundgaard get back up there this weekend?
I mean, I'd like to see it. I think it's really good.
Well, now there's going to be another debate coming up pretty soon. Is Christian the better driver than Pato? Do you really want to have that conversation?
I don't know how to answer that.
I don't know if everybody out there is going to want to have that conversation, but you're paying the man. Pato's got the popularity. Christian's producing more right now. Pato did have a good finish last week, and we hope he does great. Indy 500 is his this year.
Yeah, May is his month.
May is his
feel
month.
it.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Again, qualifying tomorrow. Can't wait for that. The race is on Saturday. Yeah, because Mother's Day. Forgot about that. I almost tuned in on Sunday. I would have missed the whole thing.
That would be bad.
Yeah, that would have been terrible.
Yeah, I mean, while we're still kind of on the topic of Alex Palou, we'll be at Laguna this year, so we'd love to see if we can catch another hat for him. That'd be 3 for us this season, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, pretty lucky girl that he's tossed you a hat. 2 of the races we went to this year, and then this last weekend, a good friend of yours on social media, she caught a hat during that champagne celebration as well. Awesome times. If you have a chance to get out to an Indy race, you got to do it. The experience is awesome. Get an IndyCar Nation membership. You get some really cool perks by doing that. The interactions are great. You get up close and personal with the drivers. You meet an incredible fan base. You make great friendships.
People you meet is like...
It really is. IndyCar is awesome, and I think they're doing a great job. They're increasing their fan base. Yeah, I think Fox has a big, say-so in how that's happening right now. It's going to be passing, NASCAR in my couple of years, if it doesn't earlier than that.
Yeah, in closing of this episode, we'd like to encourage you guys to go check out our social medias, like and subscribe to our podcast, and we'd also like to let you guys know that we just launched an Etsy shop, and one of the things we have available for purchase is that you can buy a full completed set of the 109 Indianapolis 500 bracelets with all the new updated liveries for that specific race. Like I said, you get all 34 bracelets, including an IndyCar one and a raceless one.
Yes. And then if you're interested in ordering any racelets for any upcoming races, give us an email, raceletspodcast@gmail.com. Visit the Etsy
DM us.
site. DM us. A lot of cool stuff. In fact, a good buddy of mine has something that he wants to share right now.
What you gonna do, brother, when Paddlemania raced is wild on you?
Thank you, Hulk. I appreciate that. Yes, we do have a special announcement coming out, hopefully within the week, and we want to share that as well on our socials. That will also be on our Etsy shop store as well. So again, thank you for joining us. Episode 5, we covered Barber, the Children's of Alabama Grand Prix. We previewed this coming weekend's race, the Sonsio Grand Prix, Indy GP, Indy Road Course, Sydney. Thank you so much. It was awesome. Again, what a great night. Can't wait for this weekend. Thank you all. I'm Fred.
I'm Sydney.
And we'll talk to you again soon. Good night.